Hello everyone, welcome back to Brick Inventions. It is time to finally talk about the Lego Jurassic World sets that releases this year. We do have images for every single set now, and these will all release in the summer. And they are pretty strange. I mean, this might be the weirdest wave we've ever gotten from Jurassic World. I wouldn't call this a bad wave, but it has so much potential, and I just think that they just did so badly. The wave is pretty exciting because this time Lego can do whatever they want because there's no movie coming out. And this time they actually gave us the first Lost World set as well as a new Jurassic Park 3 set. So let's just start off with the 18 plus sets. The first one being Dinosaur fossils Triceratops with 1154 pieces. It will release June 1st for $100. I like this set. I think it's a great set, and it's smaller than the dinosaur fossil we got last year, which was the T-Rex. And of course that means more people can get this, which is great. But the highlight of this set is, in my opinion, the Jerry Harding minifigure. It's such a great minifigure with dual molded arms and a hat piece that I really like. And I actually never thought we would get this in minifigure form, and I'm very happy we got him. And it fits this set because he was in the Triceratops scene in the movie. Maybe the set is a bit small for $100, but let me know what you think. But I like that they are continuing on fossils. I hope we get more in the future. Next up is Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler for 1924 pieces. It will release sometime in May, probably the 7th, and will cost $200. I've already talked a little about this set, but I think it's really great because you can actually build in 4 different ways. And we even get stickers so you can place different numbers on the vehicle. We got a new Dennis Nedry minifigure as well, and I think this will be a pretty cool display piece for anyone that is a fan of the movie. I really like the cloth element that they use on the roof. We also get a sign, and I think they will include a lot of references in the set. And I feel like $200 is a bit too much for this set, but it's a cool looking set and a good display piece. But let's get into the more exciting stuff in my opinion. First up is Mosasaurus Dinosaur Boat Attack with 703 pieces. It will release August 1st for $100. Wow, this is a really interesting set. We're gonna go over the Mosasaurus, but first let's take a look at the minifigures and the build. So looking at the minifigures, this is another Jurassic World Rebirth set. First up is Zora Bennett, which is the same one from last year but with a new hat piece. While it has been in other sets before, I think this is a new color for it. But it's great that it's not identical to last year. We also get Dr. Henry Loomis, and it looks like here that this is the same minifigure from last year, except that it doesn't have a backpack. And then we get to Duncan. Bro, what happened to this minifigure? He has dual molded legs as well as leg printing. Like why? Why do we get dual molded legs on Duncan? We've already got a minifigure from last year, and I would make a brand new one with a new torso, leg printing, dual molded legs, and I do not like that. Even though this minifigure is great, I feel like they could have used that budget to make better minifigures for Jurassic Park 3 and Lost World, which we'll get into later because those minifigures are not the best. But yes, I'm happy that they decked out this Duncan minifigure, but I feel like they could have done better for other characters instead. Now moving on to the boat, this is a very different design from last year, and it also includes a helicopter as well as a little drone. So it looks like it has some great play features on the box. But yes, moving on to the Mosasaurus. This is fantastic. I love this Mosasaurus. I am so happy that they finally made this a mold. It kind of reminds me of the Mosasaurus from 2001, and man, I love this. And the teeth and everything, it looks so good. It's not as big as it should be, but it's pretty surreal to think that we have a Mosasaurus coming out soon. And yes, it reminds me a little bit of the Lego Jurassic World video game. Now something I want to point out here is that on the box they don't show the minifigures, or on the front cover. They only show the Mosasaurus, which is pretty interesting. Maybe because we get sets from all kinds of movies this wave, but I don't really know. It's very weird. Also, this had no reason to be a Jurassic World Rebirth set. For Rebirth we got a boat set with a Mosasaurus that was green, which was accurate, and it was brick built and pretty big. And this Mosasaurus is not supposed to be from Rebirth, it's sand blue and dark blue. I just wish this was more of a Jurassic World set than a Jurassic World Rebirth set, but whatever, I'm happy we get a Mosasaurus like this. And also, mentioning the color scheme, it's very bright, and that's something you will see in other sets as well. They have very weird colors, I will say that. So let's move on to Spinosaurus Dinosaur Escape, which has 820 pieces, retails for $75, and releases August 1st. This might be the weirdest set of the wave. We start off with the building. It's a little fence, very small by the way, very small. This is $75. And we get out of nowhere, like it had no reason to be there, a 2x4 tile saying Lego Jurassic Park. First of all, this is not really a display set. I would not consider this a display set. And secondly, this is not a Jurassic Park set. This is Jurassic Park 3. So like, I don't know, I think we've gotten that tile before in a few Jurassic Park sets. And why do they use it in this set? I have absolutely no idea. Anyways, I like the use of the shurikens on the fence. And I don't know about the color scheme, but it's not really accurate to the movie, but I like what it is. Seems like a play feature too, when you can break the fence so the Spinosaurus can escape. It actually uses some leaf pieces too, which is pretty nice. And moving on to the Spinosaurus. Very interesting and very weird, because last year we got a molded Spinosaurus and a brick-built Mosasaurus. And now they are just switching up everything, so we get a brick-built Spinosaurus and a molded Mosasaurus. It's just so weird, and I guess that the mold from last year is not that accurate to the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3. But getting that in grey will be so cool, and I'm not the biggest fan of these brick-built dinosaurs. It looks alright from some angles, but I'm not a fan of it. I wanted a molded one. So sad, so sad. And then we only get 2 minifigures. I was hoping for a few more, but it's only 2 minifigures. It's a new Alan Grant and Billy the Goat. Starting with Alan Grant, he only has a new torso print. Or maybe it's not new, I don't really know, but it's new for Alan Grant, and I think that's great. It could absolutely be better, but I think for a Jurassic Park 3 Alan Grant, this is alright. And the Billy minifigure, it's awful, it's awful. And I don't know, I don't think that torso is new. In that case, he doesn't have any new parts and just reuses parts from other minifigures. Because he uses the Shang-Chi head. Always Shang-Chi head, I don't... This is like bucket treatment for the 2025 set. I'm not a big fan of this minifigure. And why? Why does he have a phone? Like, that's so weird. I mean, what were they thinking? Like, putting a phone in this Jurassic Park 3 set? No! Man, and of course they gotta include a motorcycle for Alan Grant, because, you know, I don't know if you remember that scene, but you know, when Alan Grant just whips out this motorcycle and just drives away from Billy? Yeah, there's a lot to say about this set, and here too. Oh wow, they didn't even include the Spinosaurus on the box, I see. Oh man, the minifigures are so bad in this set. Let's move on to the next set. This is Velociraptor, Stegosaurus and Pteranodon Rescue. It has 171 pieces, releases August 1st and will retail for $50. This is a 4+ set, so it has a lot of big pieces, but $50 for this, just no. We have 4 dinosaurs on this. And remember what I said about the Mosasaurus being pretty bright? They are all just so colorful. If you look at all the Jurassic World sets, you can see that they are often trying to be realistic, trying to be looking like the movie. Sometimes we get lime dinosaurs or other colors, but I mean, I like those. But these feel like 3-year-old toys. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it doesn't even have to be a Jurassic World set. This can be another theme. I mean, if they're not trying to make them accurate to Jurassic World movies, why call it Jurassic World? You know, Jurassic World is just dinosaur for Lego. It's just dinosaur. Like, the fossils have no reason to be Jurassic World sets. But they are, of course. And let's take a look at the set. We have our first ever baby Stegosaurus. In the Jurassic World line, that is, because this is actually Miles Morales. And we also have a Pteranodon. I think that piece is also from Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, so this is Gwen. Then we have 1 baby Velociraptor and 1 young Velociraptor. I'm very disappointed about the Stegosaurus. It would have been so much better if it actually looked like the Chaos Fury Stegosaurus. So you can actually like pretend that this is the baby. And yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about the dinosaurs. It's great to get a lot of baby dinosaurs, but I mean, Lego has been doing a lot of these baby dinosaur sets. And the build is like a treehouse, kind of. You know, it looks alright. We get a little like computer print of the Stegosaurus, which is cool. And we have a helicopter for some reason. You know, always a vehicle in Jurassic World sets. And we have a brand new Owen, and surprisingly, he has a brand new face as well. And when we look at the minifigures, we have another one which I have no idea who it is. It might be the pilot from Dominion, and in this case this might be a Dominion set. Anyways, I like how that minifigure looks. I just realized we can in fact see the names on the box. We can see a bit on the top there, and it looks like it says Skella Watts, which is the name of the pilot from Dominion. And this is actually our second version of that character, and the first one was kinda horrible. So I'm glad we get a new one. But yeah, I don't know why they did a new face for Owen, but I appreciate that. It will probably be used on Star-Lord sometime. And he has a new torso print as well. And yeah, I said it's not bad in any way, but it's overpriced and it's aimed for kids. So yeah, let's just move on to young T-Rex transport truck for 115 pieces. Will release August 1st and will retail for $30. So this is also a 4+ set, and it comes with a little truck as well as a buggy and a young T-Rex. And I have so many thoughts on this set, and this is such wasted potential here. This is actually our first ever Jurassic Park The Lost World set, and it's so bad, it's so bad. Let's take a look at the builds first. I do not expect too much for a 4+ build, but they have nothing to do with Lost World, and I think this should have been the car that they used in San Diego, or the truck that they used when they actually took care of the baby T-Rex. Like, it looks bad, and it's a 4+ set, so I don't expect anything else. We have a buggy as well, which looks alright, but you don't have to include a vehicle like this in every single Jurassic World set. You absolutely don't have to, but alright, fine. And you get a hot dog as well, which is also very accurate to Lost World, you know, when they take the hot dog and the young T-Rex follows them. Anyways, the young T-Rex is, well, how do I put this nicely?
That is one big pile of shit.
Such a disgusting, horrible creature. It's so bad. It's so bad. I mean, if you told me this was Duplo, I would actually believe you. It reminds me of the Spidey Duplo T-Rex that we got. I think many wanted it to look like the Jurassic World video game version, and it does not look like that. And as you can see, it's just one big mold, so you can't move the feet, you can't move the arms. The only thing you can move is the jaw, and actually it does look pretty small, because that jaw seems to be like from the Velociraptor. So this might be pretty small, but it's so fat, and the color scheme is horrible. It's slime, and it's not supposed to be lime, of course. And yes, I get that it's for kids, it's a 4+ set, but they could have chosen to make it a little bit more accurate, because it's our first ever Lost World set. And so sad to see. And of course you can put it in the back of the truck, and that is the main feature of the set. Anyways, the only thing that is actually Lost World here is the minifigures. We get a new version of Ian Malcolm, which is really nice. I think it's a good variant, I think it works. Don't know if that is a new face print, it might be, but I think the minifigure is really cool and it works. And we get Sarah Harding for the first time here as well, and this is the first time we get Sarah Harding in a Lego set. So, you know, just reuse the head, reuse everything. And unfortunately this mostly uses other parts. The only thing that is new here is the torso, but you know, it works, I'm fine with it. I would probably want more minifigures for a Lost World set, and making this a small 4+ set is not the way to go, I think. Also, $30 for this is a bit too much maybe, but what do you expect? This is Jurassic World, and I think they could have done so much more. But let's move on to the next set. The last set we're gonna take a look at is Baby Dinosaur's Pteranodon. Includes 373 pieces, will release August 1st and will retail for $25. I was actually really surprised when I first saw this, because this color scheme was not what I expected. I expected it to be grey or maybe a bit to the brown side, but this is like medium blue or whatever that color is called. And I don't know what you think, but I feel like it looks so bad. I mean, the wings look pretty small, and maybe that's just because it's a baby, and again, the color scheme, I don't like it at all. I don't know what they were thinking. And again, like I've said, if they're only gonna do dinosaurs like this that are colorful, why call it Jurassic World then? Just make a separate theme called Dinosaurs or something. We also get a octopus side build, which is cool, I guess. I like the claw elements on the wings, and I guess the head looks pretty good as well. But it's such a goofy set. I mean, all of these have been pretty goofy, and I don't understand how we went from this to this. Like, it's just, I am not a fan of these feet, bro. Like, what? Something I do like though is that it seems like it has a button on the back which you can press down and pretend like it's flying. And I don't have much to say about this set, and I think that will wrap it up. Model does not float. Just remember that. Yeah, let's just take a look at all of the sets together. Is this a good wave? No, it's not. I can't say that. The 18+ sets are the best, I think. And the best set might be the Triceratops skeleton. I don't know, maybe the Jeep. It looks very good. And the best playset, in my opinion, is definitely the Mosasaurus boat attack. It's just the price that drags this down, and I understand that Mosasaurus is not cheap to produce. But I think the Mosasaurus is definitely the best dinosaur of this wave. But this is the first actual time where I feel like, you know, finally we have a Mosasaurus. And yeah, of course, with the color scheme, it could have been a Jurassic World set and not a Jurassic World Rebirth set. The weirdest part, in my opinion, is the choices for like the playsets. We got one Jurassic World Rebirth set, we got a Jurassic Park 3 set, we technically have a Jurassic World Dominion set, we have a Jurassic Park Lost World set, and the last one is just a baby dinosaur, not based on any movie. That's so weird, and by the way, all of them use the same logo on the box, which is the Jurassic World Rebirth logo. It feels like they kinda wanna hide the fact that these are Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic Park The Lost World sets. But the only thing that makes them Jurassic Park sets is because of the minifigures, so I don't really know. And like such interesting decisions with dinosaurs and their colors. And like the Mosasaurus set, the Rebirth set, it's basically a copy of what we got last year, but a bit bigger. I can't say I hate this wave, because this is the first time we get Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic Park The Lost World sets in the Jurassic World theme, but I feel like it's just wasted potential. Like, give us better builds. Like the Jurassic Park 3 set, I don't even know if it's counted as a display set or just a playset, because for some reason there's a tile, a Lego Jurassic World tile there, or Jurassic Park logo, I guess, because they just reused it from another set. And I'm not gonna stop complaining about the set as long as we get vehicles in every single set. We got 2 helicopters, 1 motorcycle, and a buggy, like as side builds. Oh man, like the Owen helicopter looks so bad. It's so bad. The Mosasaurus is actually kind of beautiful, like with that tail. I actually really like that. But yeah, that's basically everything I had to say for this wave. So sad to see that it could have been so much more. Man, they should just do a full Jurassic Park Lost World wave and then later release a Jurassic Park 3 wave. I mean, that's what I want. I want sets from those movies, not just sets like this where it's like basically not even a Jurassic Park 3 or Lost World set. It's just that minifigures are based on those movies. Let me know what you think about this wave and which one you will pick up. The Jerry Hardy minifigure looks absolutely fantastic. And Duncan casually getting dual model legs. This is just too much. I'll see y'all soon, so let's dock out.